I'm just drilling out a few holes today in the door. I'm just going to try to assemble it today. Okay, well, I'm using these Clecos to hold the door together while I'm getting the gasket cut to size. And they just help hold they're kind of like temporary sheet metal screws, or you could pop rivet together and drill it out each time, but with these Clecos here you can hold it together and take them right back out to get the door apart a few times. So I'm just going to put a few Clecos in here to hold everything together and get the gasket in there and see how it fits. So I'm just using a ruler here, an X-Acto knife, and we're just cutting out the gasket here for the door. It just takes a bit of measuring and a bit of patience, and I'm just using a pencil on the rubber here. It seems to leave enough of a mark that I can see. Got my Mr. Magoo's on here so I can see a little better. There we go. And that should fit right on there. Now I'm going to take a bit of time and glue this on, and then I'll hold it together with some of these Clecos and just make sure the edge is the right distance away. And I'll throw a couple pop rivets in and we'll try it in the case and see how it works. I'm just using the weather strip adhesive here, and we'll start getting her glued up here. I'm putting the weather strip adhesive on here. The middle of this piece has to go into the hinge area. It goes over, unlike the last piece that was butted up against, this one dips down in the center here and goes over the shaft. So I just want to make sure when I get it in that it's not gonna move. It'll just take a little bit of patience here and get her stuck on. Once this starts tacking up here a bit, There, it's starting to tack up there a bit and hold a little better. I'll get her lined up on the inside edge here. Get our top piece on. Get a few clecos in here to hold everything together. Helps when they're in the right way there. There we go. So I got all the clecos in there holding it together. A bit of weather strip adhesive. You can see on the end here, I'm going to just zoom this in a bit so you can see a little better. Where is it there? There we are. You can see on the end there where the rubber goes underneath the shaft of the door. Zoom back out there. Yeah, well, that's good. That's looking good. So I'll give that a few minutes to dry, to stick up there a little bit, and we'll see how it fits in the case. But it's looking pretty good. Then we'll have to round the corners here to fit in the case. And what I'm using for that is I have a lot of these punches and dies for cutting out gaskets. And what I did was I took the largest, or one of the largest ones I have here. It's about 9/16 of an inch. And if you hold it at an angle on the corner of the door here, if you just hold it at a bit of an angle there and pound it down, it'll round the corner of the door there quite nicely. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, we just rounded the edge of the doors here, and I just used my die again. And you sit it on the edge of the cutting board here, or whatever you're using to cut your dies out with. Just get her lined up there, tilt it over a little bit, and then you just round over the corners of the door there. So we'll do all 4 of those corners, and I'll put it in the box again, see how it fits, and we'll go from there. So I was just going to try and get a shot of the door here inside the box. I had to do a little bit of trimming, but you can see the door goes back and forth, and it seals quite well. I put a light on the other side and checked for light around the door, and in this door I didn't see any light around the outer periphery of the rubber seal, so I think it's done a pretty good job. Anyway, we'll get the other door in, we'll finish riveting this one, and spot weld it back together, and we'll see how she works. So I just used my Princess Auto cheap spot welder here, and I just went around the outside of the case where I split the case and spot welded all the way around, just up into this area here to the front. And I was able to get 2, 4, 6, 8, about 10 spot welds, which is just about how many there were. and I just put them beside the spot welds that I drilled out, and well, it seems pretty strong. Door. Hello everybody. Well, we're finishing up the heater box today we've been working on, and I'll just show you here. We got it installed in the truck. This is the heater box we've been working on here. Today I got the doors back in, and you can see along this seam here where I put all the spot welds along there right to the back. Give her a bit of etching primer and some bit of black paint, and then we installed her back in the truck. Now the fella before me, Ron, he put this bar in here. Normally this heater box is attached to the underside of that cover. That's sitting alongside the truck in the box there. So he put this on, which is actually kind of nice because you can take that cover off now without having to go under the truck and loosen off these bolts. So that was kind of nice. So we got her all back in, got the cables on, the ends wound on with the tool I made that's in a previous video, and got them adjusted, and we're just waiting on the fresh air intake boot from Clark's, which they're out of stock of right now, so I may have to make something up there for that. Got the hoses from the lower shrouds hooked up. This is where the hot air blows from the bottom of the engine up into the mixer here, and everything works good. I had it outside running, and it's just pumping the heat, and I'm really pleased. I can shut both these doors now and shut the airflow off completely, so nothing's coming up front. There doesn't seem to be any leaks there. It seals up really good, and I'm really pleased with the result. Add a comment there if you'd like, or if anybody has any questions or anything, they can contact me there on YouTube, and I'll try to help out as much as I can.